A secret file used to hide details of police officers' own criminal cases. We learned about the file, asked the city about it, and now the city is investigating. Fact Finder 12 investigator Lauren Seabrook spent weeks going through documents and confirming details to bring you the truth. She's live at Wichita Police headquarters with a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News. Lauren, tell us what you found.
Well, Roger, I can tell you the original intentions for this file seem to be good, but somewhere along the way, that may have changed. We have found cases that no one ever knew about, including one that involves the acting Wichita Police chief. A campaign to be more open with the public, a commitment to the community.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we want, more transparency.
Those words straight from acting Wichita Police Chief Nelson Mosley around this time last year would prove to be ironic. Fact Finder 12 recently obtained this domestic violence incident report from 2005. A victim told police her ex-boyfriend pushed, punched, and threatened to kill her. Wichita Police did not name that ex-boyfriend in the report, only called him KAS, known adult suspect. Our investigative team confirmed KAS is Chief Nelson Mosley. We cross-referenced the report with the protection from abuse order filed by the victim against Mosley. The PFA says Mosley physically assaulted the victim, who is now his wife, resulting in injuries to her head and neck and bruises on her arms. It says she was treated at the hospital. The police report shows photos were taken of her injuries. Mosley filed his own protection order about a week later, saying he was the victim, claiming she ripped the chain off his neck and the shirt from his body, leaving redness and marks on his arms. The situation happened long before City Manager Bob Layton appointed Mosley as interim chief. So we asked him.
Did you know about that?
I did, yes. And Chief Mosley's going to talk about that. I don't really want to get into the details on that myself.
We asked Mosley to comment for this story, but he declined.
Was that case investigated?
You're going to have to, that I don't know. Again, I don't have all the details that would be coming from that file.
That file he's talking about is a confidential filing system he says protects victims of grisly murders and some fatal car wrecks by limiting who can access it and look at crime scene photos or other details. But it's also used to protect some Wichita police officers who are the subject of criminal investigations. The file's been around for a decade, but Layton says he only recently learned about it.
I had a resident come to me with allegation that there was a confidential file. Would have been probably sometime in late 2014.
Since then, the city manager says he's been looking into it. After Fact Finder 12 began filing open record requests and asking questions, the city launched an internal review.
Going through every file to make sure we have a clear understanding of what's in there, who put it in, what's the purpose, and then to also determine what our policy should be going forward.
City Attorney Jennifer Magana is conducting the review. She says it contains about 30 cases from each year.
You know, I think the goal is to just create clear criteria for what should go in the file, and secondly, who should create the file, who should put documents in the file.
And has this file also been used to put police officers' criminal cases in?
I believe it contains employee records as well.
Which presents a lot of questions. Are those cop cases made public each day like yours and mine would be? Or are they going straight to the confidential file?
I'm in the process of reviewing that.
If the 2005 police report against Mosley went straight into a secret file, there would be no way to know if it was properly investigated and, if necessary, presented for charges and prosecuted. And you, the public, would have never known.
Do you see that as an issue that we were never given that opportunity?
Well, I will tell you that Jennifer's review, and she'll talk about this, is looking at what it had been designated for limited access, what procedures we should have going forward to address some of those issues or concerns. I can't really speak to what's happened in the past. I can tell you, though, we are looking at what the future policy should be so that, again, we can be as open as possible.
So how did the city manager decide Mosley's past would not affect his future with the department?
I know the incident from his perspective in terms of what happened. And we spent a significant amount of time talking about that, and that's what made me feel comfortable to move forward.
And hire Mosley as interim chief to lead a force of more than 800 with a transparent mission, guiding Wichita's police officers until a new chief is chosen.
How can the public be sure that the next person that's chosen to be chief is not going to have some kind of criminal history?
A great question. The part of our process is a pretty extensive vetting, most exhaustive vetting process I've been involved with for any position in 35 years.
With an internal review pending, the city manager promises a serious look at open, credible, and responsible leadership for the people of Wichita.
While Mosley declined our interview, his attorney did send this statement. It says the matter was investigated by authorities, presented to the district attorney, and the district attorney decided not to file charges. He also adds disagreements between spouses are private matters, not public matters. Now, we filed open records requests to confirm what Mosley said, but the DA's office tells us it cannot find any documents that would prove that. So there's no way for us to know if this case was ever fully investigated.